Why is it that your bank account controls your mood more than your mind does? You say you're overwhelmed, you say you're stressed, but what you truly are is untrained in the art of living well with less. You fear checking your balance, you panic at unexpected bills, and you envy the lives of others built on illusions of prosperity. Yet you never stop to ask what a wise person would fear, what a virtuous person would pursue. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you seek tranquility, do less." And in your finances, it's not about spreadsheets and portfolios, it's about doing less wrong. You hoard what you should release. You chase what you should ignore. You mistake abundance for security when it is often a prison disguised as luxury. What is truly yours cannot be stolen by a recession or reshuffled by the stock market. Epictetus reminded us that wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Yet your wants scream louder than your needs, and you obey them like a slave bows to a cruel master. You spend to soothe anxiety, then create more of it. You chase high salaries and forget the cost, your peace, your time, your dignity, and still, you do not pause. Still, you do not examine. Seneca warned of this disease when he wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." And so you run, calculating your net worth as if it determines your human worth. But no number in your account can give you what Stoicism teaches: ataraxia, the unshakable stillness of a mind that desires only what is within its power. You don't need a raise, you need restraint. You don't need another financial app. You need the courage to look your desires in the face and say, "You will not rule me." When you begin to live with reason as your compass, you stop fearing financial storms because the storm outside is nothing compared to the storm within. You stop buying things to impress people you secretly resent. You stop comparing because comparison is the thief not just of joy, but of judgment. The Stoic sees wealth as a tool, not a trophy. A hammer can build a home or break a skull, so too can money construct a life of purpose or destroy a soul bloated with indulgence. You call it stress, but it's cowardice dressed in business casual. You are afraid of making hard choices, downsizing, budgeting, refusing what the herd worships. But philosophy is not soft, it demands you choose the harder path. Irvine's A Guide to the Good Life speaks of voluntary discomfort, of practicing poverty not to suffer, but to free yourself from the fear of it. When was the last time you chose less on purpose? When did you last prove to yourself that you can be content with bare simplicity? True control over your finances begins the moment you no longer need them to soothe your ego. When your sense of self isn't tethered to the brand of your car or the square footage of your home, you become untouchable. This doesn't mean rejecting wealth, it means mastering your relationship to it. The untrained mind sees money as salvation. The Stoic sees it as indifferenta, preferred indifference, yes, but never essential to a flourishing life. You want financial freedom? Then practice detachment. Practice clarity. Practice virtue in spending as you would in speech or thought. Ask yourself what Marcus Aurelius asked himself nightly: what did I do with my power today? Did I use it wisely, or did I waste it in vanity and excess? Every dollar you spend is a declaration of your values. Every impulse resisted is a muscle of discipline strengthened. You are not born to be a servant to interest rates or fashion trends or late-night cravings masked as necessities. You were born to be sovereign, and sovereignty demands sacrifice of ease, of indulgence, of the fleeting dopamine of unnecessary purchases. Holiday and Hanselman remind us daily, if you don't know what you want, the marketplace will supply at a cost. The only way to silence that marketplace is to build an internal one where virtue is the currency and wisdom is the gain. Budgeting isn't just arithmetic, it's philosophy in action. It's declaring, day after day, that you will not be owned by the world. It's drawing a line in the sand and saying, my joy does not lie past this number. My integrity is not for sale. My sleep will not be bought by anxiety. Imagine living so aligned with your values that a sudden expense cannot shake you, that a missed promotion does not touch your sense of self, that your finances become a quiet, steady current beneath your life knot, the raging tide that tosses you into panic. That is what the Stoic achieves, not with tricks or tactics, but with tenacity, with brutal honesty, with the daily choice to simplify rather than complicate, to seek substance over style, to build a life not on shifting sand, but on rock. You want peace? Then be ruthless with your priorities. Refuse the noise. Embrace the discipline of enough. Test yourself. Live below your means not out of fear, but out of strength. Let others chase status. Let them drown in the luxuries they cannot afford. You will walk another path, the narrow one, the Stoic one. And on that path, every coin carries meaning, every choice carries weight, and no man, no market, no misfortune can take from you what you never gave them power over in the first place.